think the energy crisis is gender equal? Do you think energy poverty amplifies our society's cracks? Do you think we're only building a zero-emissions future? Or is it a future that we can all thrive together? I'm Tasnika. I've been in the energy sector for a number of years and have experienced firsthand the gender inequalities within it. This is why I feel we need to have this conversation today. I fondly remember my school friend Tembi. We ate lunch together every day under the oak tree. Yet, outside of school, we lived starkly different lives. Tembi spends every day over a coal fire helping her grandmother prepare the family meal. She's exposed to deadly fumes, which she will inhale for most of her life. Lung cancer, pneumonia, heart disease. These are just some of the health problems Tembi is exposed to by burning solid fuel such as coal, wood, or animal waste. Tembi and I are connected by the circumstance that we are both living in a broken world. A world that has ostracized women. A world that is running out of energy. A world that is running out of time. Imagine this. In 10 years, our rivers have dried up, the land barren, and the firewood far and few. The fires from Australia to California have wiped out households, hospitals, and schools. The floods from Pakistan to Durban have destroyed entire families, food crop, and ecosystems. There's no longer an if or a maybe. We do not have to imagine it anymore. Climate change is upon us. Firstly, let's start with what the energy crisis is. We have limited resources of oil, coal, and gas, which we have relied on for decades. With the exploding global population, demand is skyrocketing, and these fossil fuels will not sustain us into the future. To make this worse, we all overconsume, waste energy, and resist adapting to sustainable and more reliable alternatives. Why? Because unlike Tembi and the many other vulnerable women, we do not feel the severity of the impact in our daily lives. Yet, the effects of the crisis are being felt in every corner of the world. Have you noticed that our summers are hotter and drier? Have you noticed that our food prices are continuously rising? The energy crisis has spotlighted just how important energy is to our survival. Climate change is my problem, Tembi's problem, and your problem. But its impacts are disproportionate. 80% of those most impacted by climate-related disasters are women and girls, because they represent the majority of the world's poor. Energy poverty is limiting access to simple actions like reading at night, cooking a meal in a clean environment, and pumping water for essential hygiene. And the most vulnerable have the least access. Our only chance of survival is to move away from only using fossil fuels to increasing renewable sources as part of the energy transition. This brings me to my second point. Do you think the energy crisis and the gender gap are separate issues? No. At its core, women have different access to, needs for, and uses of energy. The energy crisis consequences on women are twofold. Women, as consumers, are the most severely impacted by the lack of clean energy. Women make up less than 20% of the energy workforce. What really disappoints me is that even though Thembi and many other women have the ability, they will never have the opportunity. My final point is the only way we can solve the energy crisis is to include women. We can create innovative solutions because of our resilient nature, vital skills, enabling women and girls like Thembi greater access to science, technology, engineering, and maths will aid in creating a world more equal. Educating our girls will ensure the world has access to all social, intellectual, and problem-solving capacity. When you empower a man, it benefits the man. When you empower a woman, it benefits the world. In a nutshell, we are all facing a narrow and urgent window of opportunity. The opportunity to change our consumption habits, our energy usage, and improve energy poverty. The solution is to ensure women play an integral role. We need more women being represented at all levels of the energy sector. We need more male allyship and advocacy. We need governments, industries, educational institutions, and individuals to all play a role. As you leave here today in your petrol or diesel-fueled vehicle, think about the Thembis in your life. How have they been treated unfairly just for being a woman? Think about how your voice and action can make a difference. We know the world is facing an energy crisis. We know that women are disproportionately facing the effects of the energy crisis. We know that women are a fierce source of possibility. So here's the best part. The best part. We all have the same choice. Do we continue on the path that brought us here and keep going towards disaster, destruction, and death? Or do we intentionally take a different path, include women, and bring about a new world order of innovative solutions, thriving, and life? Choose wisely.